Hello, so today is the 8th of September 2023. So it's almost 22 years since a horrific 9/11 happened. So for us in England, it would have been 11/9. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. And this is not really going to be, we're not going to show any aeroplanes flying into buildings, people dying, any of that. This is just my remembrance of the day. And we're just going to keep it quick, keep it to about 3 minutes as best as we can. But it's just remembering the thoughts. So it was a day like any other, really. Going to work. I was working at the time in Fairham, put the car radio on. I was listening to Mark and Lard in the afternoon, back from the early 2001 Radio 1. So off I go, and they're doing the usual, it's usually cheerful Chod Challenge. If anyone remembers that, then great. If you don't, it doesn't really matter. It's got nothing to do with this story. Anyway, and then the news comes on, and a plane has flown into, I think it was a South Tower first, doesn't matter, north or south. They both suddenly got hit and both suddenly came down. And it's like, yeah, we're not going to carry on now. We're just going to play some music and just be a normal radio show. It just shows a bit of respect, which is totally brilliant. Anyway, by the time I'd actually got to work, which was about probably 2:45, the second tower had been hit, and the TVs were on and they were just showing the news, which they always did, and no one really paid much attention to them, but everyone was gripped the whole day. And you know, these thousands of people, and it could have been so much worse. Possibly if those planes had hit half an hour later, so many more may have died. So in some ways, let's be thankful, but it was incredible. And then you have a look at the president, and he was sat in a schoolroom in Florida, and he stayed there and he listened to the children read, and people are saying, well, he was indecisive. No, this was in some ways possibly the best, because he had time to think. And you watch him. There was a show on about this, which I saw a couple of years ago, about the president's war room, and you can see in the pictures how George Bush is getting angrier and angrier. And he went on to fight, and you know, we invaded Afghanistan and the Taliban and all that. Lots of change since then, but no mobile devices meant that we didn't get to see inside, which is good. I don't think we needed it. Let's keep it more CGI than so. We do not need to see the blood and gore, but I imagine nowadays if this happened, we would see the buildings fall from within because of TikTok and Facebook. But yeah, there's just a little couple of minutes of me just remembering a little bit of 9/11. God bless those Americans. Not that I believe in God, everyone knows me, but bless those Americans who died on that day, and other communities from around the world who from that have gone through hardship. And let's hope we can continue to live in peace. No more 9/11s, please. See you, pals.